I'm Zara.
And I'm Faith.
And we would like you to
sit down with us
every Wednesday. Yay!
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at sitdownwithuspod, or our personal Instagrams, Faith_Hiles and
Zara Borgi.
Woo!
So yeah, if you want more from us, follow us on socials. Let's get into it.
In this episode, we're going to talk about all nightlife, clubs, life on the town, really, of how it differs from person to person, through experiences, disability and differences. And there's some dramatic stories that we're going to get into. And again, we're going to use the word that came up a lot at the beginning of our podcast, audacity.
There is a lot
comes back in.
There's a lot of audacity within these stories, I think.
I feel like the month of June is coming up to July, summertime, school, colleges, uni, all about to break up. I feel like everyone's about to be out. Like, I can already see the bars are full, the sun's out. So this is a reminder to be mindful.
Yes,
So we're going to talk about nightclubs, nightlife.
And all things in between. Let's get into it.
So I think one thing to start it off, especially for disability awareness, I would say it's the toilet situation.
Absolutely.
And I don't use a disability toilet personally. However, we went on a night out a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I was just shocked how small it was.
I think...
And like how there was no care.
I think for me, a few of the things that we're going to highlight today is usually things that I've gotten used to, along with most of the things that come with my disability, for example, people staring. But particularly with like accessibility with toilets and things like that, I don't really notice it anymore. And when Faith was on the night out with me, she was like, oh my God, like, why is this like this? And I'm like, oh, hang on. That's actually not how it's meant to be. And I shouldn't be used to that.
Like something as simple as like the sink was like for me. Like for someone standing and someone not sat. It's just something as simple as that.
To me, what annoys me is mirrors. Like the one time, I swear to God, the mirror was like basically on the ceiling. And I'm like, first of all, how tall must you have been for that to be your viewpoint?
Yeah.
But how tall do you think, fair enough, like we have different sizes of wheelchairs and all of that jazz. But it's like, there's only so much higher a wheelchair user can be. Like, I just don't understand where the logic is when they come to designing those places.
I think like the best one I've seen has been like a full length mirror. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, if a disability accessible toilet doesn't have a full length mirror, it's not big enough.
Yeah.
Like to comfortably fit a chair in, because also like your chair I'd say is pretty small.
100%.
Like, it's quite a dinky chair. It's nice.
Whenever I get through like some ramps, I'm like, I just about fit, and I think like if I was any bigger, if the wheelchair was any different, if it was a different model, blah blah blah, you would not get through this, and that is not accessibility.
Because as much as people say all bodies come in different shapes and sizes, so do chairs.
Exactly.
Because there's so many different styles and types.
But
So that was my shock, really.
Yeah, and I
just
think
the size of it worked.
Yes.
It was a functional toilet. However, I just think it was like way too small.
And I think sometimes toilets being out of order is seen as not a big thing. Like, for example, we were, again, at a place, I'm not going to mention names because we are in the calling out place and people, but just not going to say it. I don't know why, I'm not in the mood.
Not today.
And it's the reason I don't want to also say it is because it's not just that place. And if I was to name a load of different places, we'd be here all day. Do you know what I mean? It's not specific to this particular place. And it's when the toilets are out of order, and on the note it would say, oh yeah, just use the normal ones. And I'm like, okay, so if you think everyone can use the normal toilets, then why do you think there are disabled toilets?
Yeah.
What's the logic behind disabled toilet if everyone can use normal toilet? Do you know what? I know we've talked about this in previous episodes, but my gym does that. Whenever the disabled toilet, which actually I was there yesterday, disabled toilet, out of order again.
To be fair, the first gym I actually ever worked in, there was the same there. We ended up like we had no disability awareness course or anything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was just.
And I think that's what always comes back to in the establishments like bars, clubs, gyms, whatever, is the lack of disability slash accessibility, like discrimination courses. And some of the toilets, not necessarily out of order, but they have like I think it's like a radar key.
Yeah.
And I really just want to preface, not every single disabled person has a radar key with them at all blooming times. Like, I'm sorry, what is the point of a locked toilet? Like, why do we have locked toilets? Like, okay, I get, like, you want to stop a able-bodied person using said toilet, but please have a better system, because if I then don't have a key and then I have to line up
To get to the bar.
busiest bar, which we're going to get into in a minute, but also bar is way out of sight for me. Trying to get someone's attention just for a blooming key, it's not only unrealistic, but also dehumanizing, because it's like I'm literally having to like
ask a stranger if you can use the toilet.
It's mad.
It's like you're back in high school.
It's like, miss,
can I go to the toilet?
But like, no, like, please have a better system. Like, seriously. And again, it goes back to not enough training and not enough just like thinking awareness, because it's like, if you actually sat down and thought about the process, you'd be like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm sorry for swearing, but
I think as well, like, as much as there's like the first part of the podcast, it's all been about accessibility toilets. If you see this as like the norm, I guess, like for an ordinary person, for me to use the toilet, this would be a very strange thing for me to do. Like, if I had to ask someone, can I use the toilet? You just don't do that on a night out. You go to the toilet to fix your makeup, to go to the toilet, you break the seal, you go. It shouldn't have to be a second thought of worry if you can even get to the toilet, if it's even working, if it's open, if it's unlocked, if you need a key for it, if it's big enough. Like, you shouldn't need to worry or have that concern.
And I think,
unfortunately, that's there.
The other problems with like disabled toilets, sometimes it's like, so your average toilet, your able-bodied person's toilet would be like right within sight, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, so like, where's the disabled toilet? And it's like, you have to like go through a maze, go through like the round and roundabouts, go through the staff rooms, and then finally there's a poor excuse of a disabled toilet. And I'm like, again, not good enough. And what annoys me is that, okay, fair enough, with like old buildings, ramps and stuff are struggles, because, not sorry necessarily ramps, but like lifts and stuff are struggles. But I don't understand how in 2026 you can have a business, a hospitality business, or any business for that, where you can have it signed off and the disabled toilet or like the disabled access not be decent. Like, how can you have that signed off?
Not on the ground floor.
It's actually like mental to me. Like, who signs it off?
This is quite funny, because there is one club in Manchester, very popular club, especially on Canal Street, and we went out one night and it was like the first place we wanted to start. It was still early. I was like, it'll be quiet, we just get a nice drink, we can still dance, have a boogie. And I know for a fact that the disabled toilet is on like the first floor up. So like, there's clearly an accessible route, right?
You'd think.
So we go to the line. Bear in mind, this ended with my partner dragging me away because I was about to throw hands.
Yes.
Don't worry, I didn't. But we ended up, no queue, front of the line, and I showed my ID, got in, and the guy just said, we're going to struggle to get your friend in though. The words.
Struggle to get your friend in.
And I was like, oh, do you not have an accessibility? Like, why? And she said, and he literally said, our ramp's broke. It's going to be a few weeks till it's fixed. And I went,
I'm sorry, if the entrance of a club was broken and no one could get in, you'd close the blooming establishment.
But because it's a ramp, it's like a side issue.
I'm sorry.
It'll get fixed in a few weeks. Is that not quite a big thing right now? Because you're refusing entry for someone that you should not be refusing service to.
Can I just say, big shout out to you, because at this point, I know it was early on in the night, but we'd done pre's and you were quite tipsy, but you were still advocating for me, and I love that at that point. But anyway,
I can act sober when I want to be sober.
Yeah, and it just goes to show, even when you've had a few things to drink, your logic is still in place.
Yeah, you still have morals,
and your logic was better than them when they were stone cold sober.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, as much as, I mean, we found another place and it was fine.
Yeah.
As much as the entrance to that place was down a back alleyway, was about to be run over.
But also, they provided.
They did, and they were really good. Like, they literally escorted us round to have a comfortable, accessible route into the building.
Yeah.
But even so, the first place, I was like, bye, not going to see me again. Not going to see me again.
It's really not good enough, and I don't understand how this is not like a big issue.
And I really want to out it, but I really shouldn't. It's a really popular club on Canal Street. If you know, you know.
Do you know what?
If you think
Go for it. Maybe we can out it, because we have a future episode coming where we discuss more about actual venues. So maybe you can come back for that.
Let me know in the comments if you want me to out it.
There we go. That's great.
I'm ready to just stirring up.
It's just crazy.
I think the next thing that I want to talk about is getting into the club. Like, we're still kind of on that, but for me, my ID, I have a wig on, and obviously wig in no sight, not seen anymore, because I don't wear them. And on this particular night out, it was just me and my partner, and it was a quiet night out. It was just like a Wednesday night. We were celebrating a birthday or an event or an anniversary or something, and like, it was very quiet. And it's kind of like the only people out on a Wednesday are people that are of age. Anyway, like, do you think I'm going to be out on a school night? If you are, then get to school, kids. What you doing? But for me,
little reminder there, get to school.
But on this night, got my ID out, and the bouncer was studying this thing. Like, I was about to quiz him. Like that, he was studying it hard.
Bloody hell.
And I was like, what do you want to know? My birthday? My PIN number? Like,
surely they just look at the year and then like be on your way.
And it's like, I've seen a fake ID. I know what a fake ID looks like. And I'm like, you can scratch it if you want. Try.
I'll teach you how to see if it's fake.
Yeah. I'll show you that it's not a fake by teaching you what it is anyway. But it's looking at my ID, really studying it, and I'm like, bro, like, make your mind up. Let me in or not. Do I look under 18? Thank you. But I'm pretty sure I'm 25 years old. So I then say as a joke, probably I kind of did it to myself, but I then said as a joke, oh, do you want to see me in a wig? I shouldn't have said anything, but at this point it had been a good minute. My partner was nearly in, or he was in, waiting for me, and I'm like, kind of smiling and waiting, and I'm like, hello, and I'm like, do you want to see me in a wig? And he goes, yeah. I didn't think he'd say yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not professional.
I just thought he'd go, no, love, there you go. Like, or like, ask me when my birthday was or something. He said yeah. So I am then whining, obviously, like, whatever. On a Wednesday night, we're celebrating something, get over it.
Also, he shouldn't have said that either. Like, that's not professional.
No. But then, obviously, the other bouncer heard this, came over and was like, no, it's fine. And I was like, oh, I look good in a wig anyways. Then
let me show you.
I am like scrolling back, like when I got my what is it called, your photo gallery up on my new phone that I'm still trying to figure it out because I've swapped to Google trying to figure it out. So I'm scrolling on my photo album, right? I find one in my wig, went, see, I was like, is it me now? And the poor guy looked so embarrassed, and I was like, don't do that to anybody else. I've never ever had that ever before.
That's so mad.
Yeah,
like, I want to see you in a wig.
I get ID a lot if I'm in a wig because it makes me look younger, which is fine. But I've never had someone agree to see. I mean, I kind of did it to myself. I did ask, do you want to see me in a wig? But even so, you don't say yeah. I don't know.
I wonder what the reaction would be.
Am I the
Definitely not. Am I? Is it me?
Is it me?
I wonder what the reaction would be when you eventually get a ID without a wig, but then sometimes wear a wig. I wonder what it will be like then.
Well, we'll soon find out because I've got a new passport coming.
Passport picture.
So we'll see. Imagine if I'm like trying to go abroad and I'm like, in my wig's going to be like,
nah. Because I feel like the other way round
is probably more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know it's a big worry. I know this is kind of more travelling, but it is a big worry of people with alopecia that if they're going in a bandana or a scarf or a wig, that they're going to be asked at border control or at security, like if they can take it off. And most people never had an issue. Personally, for me, never had an issue. This is the first time I've had an issue like this. But otherwise, they would take you into a side room, and they should be more respectful.
Yeah.
If people with alopecia are worrying about that, I know it's coming up to holiday season anyway. We got a different episode all on that, but yeah, this was the first time I had like that interaction of someone actually wanting to see me in a wig to identify my ID. I was like,
crazy,
boy,
rude and crazy.
What does that see
Do
a badge
better.
say? What does that see a badge say?
Okay, now that we've gone in, now that the IDs have been checked,
We're in the bar.
we're
in the club.
We're in the club, and you'd think that would be the hurdle. Aside from the disabled toilets, you'd think that would be it, all hunky dory. Is that the saying? Hunky dory?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I'm English. I'm not. I don't know why I had to say I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Anyway, just for the people in the back. And at this point, I'm in, and I need a drink because of all this kerfuffle.
We've yeah.
We deserve the drink. So I go up to the bar. I'm sorry. Yes, I know I'm not the tallest person out there, especially not when I'm sat down. But there is no reason for a bar to be here. There's absolutely no reason. And if you know, a busy bar, every man's for themselves. There's no cue, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. So I'm trying to like slot in, but at the same time, be seen. Because if you're too close to the bar, then you're like kind of under it. So I'm like, hello, a daiquiri would be nice. Maybe a shot. Hello, anyone? Like, what's that saying? The door's open but no one's home? What's that? What is it? Like, oh, lights are on but no one's home. Have you not heard that saying?
Yeah. I have that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what door's open.
Lights on.
No one's home.
So I'm like, hello? What's going on? And the amount of people who, when I'm usually with them, they're like, this is ridiculous. Like, why are you having to literally throw bells and whistles just to get people's attention? I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, why is that? Like, there should be like a, what's it called? Like a drop down bit.
Like a drop level.
Yeah, drop level. Like, I'm sorry, no words.
Yeah.
I
don't feel like it's that tricky either.
No.
Like, yeah.
It's
I don't know.
Get a bar. Get a freaking, what do they call that? This is where my English goes out the window. What's that thing? A bar?
A bar?
No, but like, is that a bar? Is that what they call the bar?
Well, that could be a bench. It could be.
No.
That could. I don't know what that is.
You know the table? Where
like
you
a
stand
lever
behind.
table.
No, you know. So they're behind the bar. So is that thing called the bar?
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the bar could like be like slanted and then.
Yeah.
But then
Like a drop bar.
I know people are going to argue, but like that gives people, like drunk people, the idea to go over the bar. Like that's scary. That's like.
The thing is though, it's like I've worked behind a bar before, and like if someone's gonna stupidly go behind the bar,
they'll do it regardless.
Like they'll go the easy way. Like, yeah, no one's jumping over unless they know they're gonna get dragged out. Like, no, if you've got a common sense, you just don't do it.
And I'm sorry, but that's not my problem.
No.
That reason is not my problem. Like, just because someone can go in doesn't mean I should be ignored and be like not included within your service, essentially, or thought about just because someone might potentially go behind a bar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just think, again, it's such a small thing that you probably wouldn't think about, but it would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And this is why I appreciate bars that have like table service, bars and some clubs that have table service, because I'm like, yes, come to me, because obviously your bar, come to my bar. Don't do that. Because your bar is clearly inaccessible. Mm-hmm. So get the workers to come to me. Now we're talking. Do you know what I mean? Give me the shots.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm popping off, but
yeah,
when I've not had a drink, you'll know. And I get heated with stuff like this because it's like, what is the reason? I'm just a girl. And what also annoys me is that, yes, I'm like 27, I've aged, I have a backbone. But like, as an 18-year-old, going into bars and clubs newly, you'd like just sit there like a freaking rabbit at traffic lights or whatever the saying is. I'm like coming up with all these sayings, I don't know what I'm talking about. But like a rabbit at traffic lights.
Deer in the headlights.
I was so confident.
Sorry, I said that in like such a...
You're like, listen, yeah.
I think we should wrap this one up.
No, wait, I've got more to say. Oh my god, I'm crying, look.
I've got more to say.
I have got more to say. Look, I'm crying.
I know.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh, wait, what was it? Deer in the headlights.
Deer in the headlights.
Oh my god. Yeah, because I was so confident about the traffic lights.
Spirits in the traffic lights.
Wait, headlights and traffic lights are the same thing.
Deer in the headlights because if you're driving and your headlights see it in. That's where it comes from. A rabbit in the headlights. I'm sorry, it's just crushed. Ain't got time.
Lights. Yeah, because I was so confident about the traffic lights bit, but I wasn't confident on the animal. I'll give you that. So yeah, they wouldn't be able to fend for themselves, and that's what annoys me, and that's mainly what our podcast is about, because it's like we are trying to
create more spaces that are accessible, basically.
Yeah,
and like, shine light on places that are not accessible, so that people know what needs to be improved.
And yeah, and if you are that shy 18-year-old or whatever age you are, don't be afraid to be like, listen, mate, sort this out. I mean, I personally wouldn't.
But also, I just feel
because
like
I'm scared.
on a night out, like, because I've been there and there's been like all shapes and sizes of people there, and I remember one instance, there was a guy that he was in a wheelchair, and I just remember letting him go first, just because like everyone was not causing a scene around him, but I'm like, the guy just wants a drink. You know what I mean? Like, just let him through. Like, why is it such a big deal? Like, just be human and respectful. I know you can have a drink and you can have fun, but don't lose some human decency through that. So yeah, speaking of human decency, I'm going to move on to one thing that I think this is where the audacity comes in. So when people have a drink, they kind of lose their filter. You know, and I get all sorts of comments anyway, and I'm going to talk about a few comments that I get anyway.
And I think, but as a woman, you are naturally vulnerable as well, but it's especially more difficult when you have a visible difference / disability.
Yeah, so I think this one instance, it was Halloween, it was my first Halloween ball as well, and I was just kind of getting around, like, the Voldemort thing was coming up because it was Halloween, and I was like, this is Voldemort, and I was like, well, no, like, I have a nose, it's prettier, no. So I was already dealing with that and trying to be okay with that comment keeping coming up, knowing it's just a joke and I shouldn't take offence, but it's like rude. So instead I went as like just a dead person, as you do on Halloween. Like, some people try.
You can go as anyone.
My partner's really into prosthetics and like fake scars and
SFX and SFX makeup and all that.
So he did a scar on my head.
Cool.
As like, and it looked really cool, and I think he did it through college anyway as part of his animation course that he did. And the scar he did looked really real, but obviously it's Halloween, like everyone's got blood everywhere, like it's one of those things. And honestly, there was one guy that we were in a bar on Deansgate, and I don't think that bar's open anymore, but not because of this, oh my god, but we were in like one area, and I remember I just got my drink and I just felt a hand on my head, and at first I thought it was my partner, like being funny, even though he wouldn't really do that. But so I turned around and I went, "Don't touch my head," and obviously it wasn't my partner. And it was this random guy, but even so, like
he like glabbed it.
Yeah, as in like if that's not really my head, but it went like that, like on my head, like
again,
to touch my head.
Audacity.
Yeah, it's like...
Audacity.
Like, you've got gel in your hair. Do you think I'm going to put my hand on that? No. Why put your hand on my head? Like, why? But I get it even more
It's
now.
giving intrusive thoughts.
Right?
For acting on it.
Yeah, but he did this, and I turned around and I went, don't touch my head.
Good.
I was like, I wouldn't touch you, don't touch me. And I steddled right down the lens there. Sorry, I am a nice person. But as he did that, he really retracted and was like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. Like, and then his friend that he was with, she was like, oh, I'm really sorry, can I buy you a drink? I was like, no, don't do that. And he started like, not tearing up, but he felt really bad. And I was like, well, good, because don't do that. But it's one thing that happens so much. I get people asking me all the time if they can kiss my head, if they can touch my head. If they ask me more rude questions and like insinuating questions when they've had a drink, and I just think it's like, if one thing's going to come out of you having a drink, please don't let it be like your human decency and your respect for other humans. Like,
think about it.
Have a good time, but your time, like, don't ruin my time because you think, oh, it's audacity. I don't know, but that's one thing that bugs me. And it's been a recurring thing from before COVID, which that was with the instance from Halloween. That was before COVID, even to now. People are exactly the same. Not everyone, but a select few people, when they've had a drink, they want to touch my head, they want to kiss it, they want to ask me more questions. It's just like, are you okay?
What like confuses me and baffles me, lack of a better word, is what do you think is going to happen when you touch someone's hair? When you're asked to kiss someone's head? Like, what do you think would be the response? Like, I don't get how you could think there could be a a positive response. And yeah, fair enough, you've had a few drinks, your brain is probably not clocking right, but like, with that same logic, you probably go murder someone, but you don't, because you still have some thought. So like, why does the thought stop there?
I think as well, it's like, if you saw like a bald guy, you wouldn't be saying those things, would you? Personally,
no.
Like, if you saw a bald guy, I just don't think you'd be saying.
And I
those
do
things.
also think it all does go back to us being women as well, but also just don't be an idiot. Have a think. Go on a night out, enjoy yourself, but yeah, I just
don't be touching
no words. No, or my chair, for that matter, because I do get that as well, and it's like,
really,
yeah, people like, for example, like I'll be like in the middle of the dance floor or whatever, and then like people like push me out of the way to go past me, and I'm like, listen, mate. One time I was with one of my friends who really doesn't take any bullshit.
Love that. I'm gonna have to put explicit on this one.
I know, it doesn't matter. We can bleep me if that's not. Is that going to be too effort?
We'll see.
Anyway, and we were in a circle because it was like there was a few of us, and this guy literally pushed me into the circle to go past me, like around the circle, and my friend was like, mind you, my friend's like almost 6 foot tall. You do not mess with her. And she literally went, whoa, hang on a minute, and then like went and like pulled him by his neck and been like, is it all right if I push you? And then he freaked out and was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, and it's just like, this is what happens and what should happen when you overstep.
It's just audacity. Like, why do you think it's okay to lose respect for people when you've had a drink? And people do. And just...
like, why are we easy targets?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because believe me, I can...
If it was legal, we'd punch you. I mean, actually, is punching illegal?
Don't do it.
I'm thinking about it. Now I'm joking. I'm not violent.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just...
I think what annoys me is that some people do it for a laugh, and it's not funny.
No.
Like, they'll do something and then they'll laugh with their friends. Like...
You know what? I've actually had this before, but it turned its back on itself.
Okay.
So basically, I was at a bar with my friend. This guy next to me. Now, I thought he said, "You look clean." Like,
okay,
right?
Like, clean girl aesthetic.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, that's an interesting compliment. And then he kind of was like taken aback from my reaction to that comment. So he clearly didn't say that, but I was like, on my merry way, whatever, about to be served.
Oh no.
He then said it to his friend. His friend then tapped me on the shoulder and pulled me round and was like, I just want to say sorry for what my friend said. And I'm like, okay, why? What did he say? And he went, I don't know if you heard him, he called you Mr. Clean. And I was like, right. I said, that. I looked at him and I was like, that's not welcome here.
What?
I was like, no, I'm not saying that you look like Buffalo's gruff, do I? Like,
you should.
You can't be saying that to people.
That's mad.
And he made his friend apologise to me.
Good.
And buy me a drink. So that was where it was like flipped on his head, and it obviously turned into more of an educational check yourself moment. But yeah, that was the most recent one actually.
And a very similar story with me, on a night out, like not actually at the bars, like on the strip of a load of bars, and I was wheeling through. It was cold. It was like winter, and like I was wheeling quite fast. And then a group of lads came by, like walked past, and one of them was like, "Wee!" And I was like, "Whoa, what?" And I said, it was like instinct without thinking, and I went, "Ha ha, real childish, real funny." And then all his mates laughed at him because he got like caught by a woman, and I just thought that was like
really immature.
I was like, yeah, I literally was like, ha, childish, really immature. Mm-hmm. And then just like went by. It was. I'm just like, what? Why? To be fair, I do get that wee comment quite a lot. Like I get it at airport. I've had it at airports, and I'm sorry, everyone's on the rush.
Yeah,
at an airport.
I am not calm in an airport.
No. So yeah. So yeah, that was...
I think just to wrap up this episode though, because it's got real heated.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would get this heated, you know?
No.
But it has.
It's just the audacity.
Like, it's got that heated that the camera is like shouting at me because it's that hot.
Yeah. And I think it just all comes back to audacity.
Yeah. But I just think be mindful this summer as we kind of head into the warmer nights, the brighter nights as well, 'cause it's getting lighter later.
You're rhyming now.
I know, right? What's going on? And so I just think be mindful when you're having a drink, and obviously everyone can have a drink but still have fun. Like, remember self-respect, human decency. You're about to pop off and start laughing, I can tell you.
No, but don't address it because I'm trying to like contain myself.
But I just think for everything going forward, just double check yourself if you really need to make a comment on someone else's appearance, because you most likely don't.
And at the end of the day, we're all on a night out to enjoy ourselves. No one wants any problem. No one wants any drama. Mm-hmm. And if you're someone that's looking for drama, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take yourself out of the situation. And if you're a bar or club and you're inaccessible, I just want to say, do better. And that's my two cents at the end of this video.
So thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you again next
week.
Wednesday.
Bye.